Let's try some hops, huh? Oh my God. Will I get sick if I eat one? There it goes. Ugh. Ugh. Don't eat the hops. Don't eat the hops. So one of the perks of working at Hopped LA is the beer mail. All the time we're getting random packages of different beers from all over the country sent by some of our favorite breweries. And through all the packages that come in, I never get more excited than when I see a label that says Firestone Walker. You always know Firestone's sending over something, if not just really high quality, then something like new that they're working on that's about to come to market. And I think we have something really special today. So without further ado, let's see what's in this box, huh? Ta-da! Firestone Walker Hopnosis IPA is prominently displayed on this box. And if you haven't heard of Hopnosis, this seems to be their new IPA coming to market, part of their flagship set of beers. And I'm really excited to learn a little bit more about what Hopnosis is all about. And so let's just take a look at the box real quick. A very immersive design. And right away on the sides of the box, you're getting a sense for what Hopnosis is all about and kind of the selling points for this beer, brewed with Cryo Hops. So, if you've been involved in the beer world for any period of time, you've heard of Cryo Hops, and typically they're reserved for small batch releases here and there from smaller breweries, and you don't typically see them scaled up into really mass market IPAs like what Firestone has put together here. So what's inside here? And wouldn't you know, there's some beers. So that kind of immersive experience happens throughout, where you have Matt Brynildson, brewmaster from Firestone, up in Yakima or up in the Northwest here at a hop farm, going through, looking at the hops. It's super, super cool. I love the storytelling element here. And if you follow Firestone Walker on their social media, to their website, this aesthetic is really carried throughout. It's just a very high emphasis on like high quality imagery. And so we have a quote here from Matt Brynildson. Cryo hops are the most innovative, in-demand hops available. They are made by collecting the concentrated lupulin from whole leaf hops, which contain all of the resins for bitterness and aromatic oils. Cryo hops are designed to provide intense hop flavor and aroma, enabling us to efficiently produce a highly delicious and more sustainable beer. So that is a quote from Matt Brynildson, and just gives you some insight into what sets this beer apart and why they're so excited about it, and really why we should be excited about it too. So it's got a few of these cans in here, classic Firestone imagery here that will sit in really well among its core lineup, but also stand out a little bit on the shelf. And we'll dig into the cans themselves in just a little bit. It's got a little bit of a label of the description of the beer, so we'll read that in just a little bit. There's a QR code to learn more. And we have some goodies here. We have some good stuff. I'm gonna put this box down. I don't wanna drop anything. We have a limited release Hopnosis IPA badge on Untapped. So for anyone doing the Untapped thing, they have something special there going on. And again, more of that great Firestone Walker design that carries the immersive experience of this beer all throughout. Oh, what's also cool is they're sending a little sample of Mosaic Cryo Hop from Yakima Chief. Super rad. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set them alongside when we taste this beer. We'll open these up and give them a sniff and see how it adds to that really cool experiential thing. We have the koozie, of course. You gotta have the Hopnosis IPA koozie, all branded there. We got a sticker pack in here, and I love Firestone's merch and sticker designs. And last but not least, oh, who couldn't use a pair of beer socks, right? Let's check these out. Pretty dope. I mean, I don't know how often I'd wear the socks, but definitely at least once. All right, this is some really cool stuff. Definitely one of the most impressive media kit boxes that we've been sent. So what is a beer box without jumping into the beer, right? I'm really excited to dig into this. So let's do that. Before we crack it open, let's just take a quick look at the design again. We have that really classic Firestone motif here, pulling in that Hopnosis theme all throughout. You got the all-seeing eye there. This really kind of trippy green with all this crazy stuff in the back. But you have that lion and the bear in the background as well. If you look hard enough, we have Beer Before Glory, India Pale Ale, 6.7%. So, very cool stuff. Let's crack it open. Okay, as I tend to do, a somewhat rigorous pour with a couple solid inches of fluffy white head on it. And we have a pretty clear beer here with a slight chill haze. Really nice kind of mid-tone pale gold. It's a really nice looking beer. From an appearance perspective, the color really gives you a hint as to the new school IPA approach that they're going for. I'm diving into the aromas. I was just going for it. This is amazing. This is really, really nice. Let me start with the fruit. Some obvious citrus going on here. I'd say kind of like overripe orange, tangerine peel, slight lime. I'm getting like a little bit of a berry component to it, like blueberry, maybe a little bit of strawberry. There's a slight dankness to it. There's this kind of like, I don't want to call it earthy, but this herbal dankness is kind of, I think, how it's coming across to me. A little bit of, I was gonna say a little bit of like white grape. I mean, I'm sensing a New Zealand hop here. Definitely something Southern Hemisphere. And then there's a little bit of your kind of classic West Coast pine resin, but it's pretty subtle on this. I'd say this beer does a really great job balancing the experience from an aroma perspective. It's just really nice. I have talked too much about this beer without trying it, so let's give it a whirl, shall we? Ooh, that's really good. So my first impressions are that this drink's like really lean on the palate. The mouthfeel is light, it's crisp, it's refreshing. There's really no like residual sweetness. We're really well-rounded as well. The coating inside your mouth, it's just like tongue, sides, like it's really clinging to everything inside my mouth as it washes it away, which is giving me like a really like front to back mouthfeel experience, like kind of 360, which is really cool. It's not just like hitting the front palate, hitting the back palate and washing away. It's kind of like giving me something that's really full flavored, which I personally really like. That white grape, that citrus, little bit of pine resin, like all of that, all of the aroma characteristics that I was calling out, I am getting on the flavor as well. It's a really great bouquet. It's got a lot going on, but in kind of the most like simple and approachable of ways, which is kind of like contradictory a little bit. Like when I say there's a lot going on with this beer, you would think, overly complex, not the everyday drinker, not something you're gonna pull out on a, multiple cans of in a session. It's actually something, they're pulling off something here that I don't see done all too often, which is balance and approachability and drinkability, and done in a way that's like for the everyday drinker, but in a package that gives the craft beer enthusiast, the kind of like someone that's really experienced with West Coast IPA, everything that they need in this type of beer. This is really cool. I like it a lot. So let's read the description of the beer. I know it's in this box here. So let's see. Hopnosis is an innovative IPA brewed with coveted cryo hop pellets. We double dry hop this beer, so it's DDH. It's what all the kids are looking for, right? With varieties from the US and New Zealand, Southern Hemisphere, what up? Creating an explosion of tropical fruit flavors, including mango, passion fruit, white grape, and lychee. Hopped with Cryo Mosaic, Idaho 7, and Nelson. So that's where we're getting a lot of that white grape, a lot of that citrus, a little bit of that pine resin are coming from that Idaho 7 and coming from that Nelson. And then the Mosaic is bringing, I think, a big rush of that tropical fruit, the mango, the passion fruit, the blueberry for me. Really great combo here. Let's try some hops, huh? Try. I don't know, should I eat the hops? Oh my God. Okay. Just close your eyes and give this a whiff. Now that is amazing. Holy crap. That smells so good. Okay, so I could seriously sit here and smell these hops for hours and hours and hours. Oh man, there's a really amazing bouquet of aromas that are like so concentrated. It's almost overwhelming. Oh man, there's a big dankness. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! Bright citrus, pine. Oh my God. I think, will I get sick if I eat one? Let's try it. All right. There it goes. Oh. Ugh. Don't eat the hops. Don't eat the hops. Ah. Okay. They should have put a warning on this. Do not eat hops. These are not, no. These are not good. Oh, fuck, man. They smell so good. Whew, Hopnosis. Hopnosis. The other really interesting thing about this beer, in my opinion, is that it is fermented with lager yeast. Here, this is not cold IPA. So this is like new school, modern West Coast IPA. This is not cold IPA, and we can save that discussion for another video. But this is lager yeast fermented warm. The resulting beer from a consumer experience is like you have this this crisper finish to it, and the fruity character in the beer is all hop derivative. Like you're not getting fruity esters from ale yeast like you typically do in an IPA. So because of that, you're getting an even more raw hop experience in this beer than you do in a lot of other IPAs, which I think is amazing. And so Hopnosis is a really interesting phenomenon here in 2022 for the fact that they're doing cryo at scale. They're fermenting with lager yeast. And really, when you look back at Firestone Walker over the last 10, 15 years, you have this origin, this history with West Coast style IPA and that Union Jack. And then as they brought Firestone Walker Venice online, their R&D brew house, you have things like Lupulin Distortion coming out where they're rotating hops and doing a lot of like experimental hop combinations and hop blending to really understand like what are the products that are out there, how do they work well together, how do they work on their system. And what we're seeing today in 2022 is the culmination of those efforts. And I shouldn't say culmination, because if I know anything about Firestone is that this isn't the end, like this is just a chapter, a milestone on a series of milestones. So Hopnosis is kind of the result of a lot of that experimentation and work and effort and research. And we're getting an incredibly high quality product that I think when you talk about new school, when you talk about modern West Coast style IPA, a style that is losing a little bit of meaning in today's day and age. West Coast IPA isn't what it was 15 years ago. And as other parts of the United States and other parts of the world are catching on to the style and starting to brew it themselves, it's losing even more meaning. It's getting even more fragmented, just like what has happened with hazy. And from my perspective as a West Coast IPA lover, I know we don't want to lose that. We want to make sure we embrace the roots of West Coast IPA, and we also embrace new hop products, new technologies. I know if we go even deeper into this beer, we can talk about hop schedules and when hops are added, and the double dry hop element to this is dry hop number 1 during fermentation, dry hop number 2 post fermentation, which implements a lot of interesting characteristics and chemical compounds that contribute to what we're experiencing in the beer, but at a way more granular and complex level. I am delighted with it, and I am excited to see where modern West Coast IPA goes and where Firestone is going to help take it. So that's Hopnosis. Look out for cans of Hopnosis in stores near you. It's included in some of Firestone's IPA packs, so keep an eye out. Hopnosis is out there, and you need to get your hands on it today. Cheers. I can't wait to see what's in this box. A very special Beer Me